Trade, be a friend. Good. Then before we randomly get Marlins with lifts on migration, it is game number 1. I should probably set up the scoreboard and then I'll do all that sort of stuff. What is this? This is sink or swim. I think I've got a command for it. It's best of... Let's play all 3. Cheers, Wally. Yeah, so baby comes at the end of May, and then yeah, moved to Australia in July. So we have just set ourselves up to sell our house. So yeah, that's been very, very chaotic. But we have game number 1 here of sink or swim. This is the group stage at the moment between AR12 in the green. He's picked Lithuanians from his available civs against T90 in the blue as Byzantines. Really weird island generation for T90. I hate it. Well, I like... Migration is all about water play. It's like, if you lose water control, you're near enough dead. Like, there's little bits that can be done differently, but in general, water control is completely key to winning on this. All of T90's wood lines are completely rangeable from water. Most build doesn't make up for how good Japanese are. Dave Unjailed, thank you for the follow. Almost better than the original, Dave. Well, welcome, welcome. Yeah, AR12 has a more traditional island that we see on migration. So while the vast majority is rangeable, he does have these 2 that are safe. Dave Unjailed, big fan. But this map is purely about water play. I like the lifts choice here. I'm not getting the original back, so this will be my normal account from now on. No worries. Welcome, welcome. I am sorry to hear about the account. I retweeted it. We seem to get a few people to share it around, and it's a shame that nothing's happening. Long and thin versus short and chubby. Take your pick, Huggy. But yes, this map is all about water play. If you lose water control, you're near enough dead. T90 now just heading out to dock. Much more traditional build here with Byzantines. No eco bonus at this stage, so all about getting enough on wood to afford the dock and then a fishing ship, whilst keeping enough on food to start banking towards food age. Is this migration different than what we had in ranked? No, but T90's just had a really, really weird island generation. AR12 is the Lithuanians, and we didn't talk about it much, but earlier, just breakfast, you are absolutely correct. It does have JBR at the front. Yeah, so AR12 is Lithuanian, so he went straight on to wood at the start of the game, I believe. Like, heavier than you would normally, so that he could get that dock out super early, and it's why we now see 3 fishing ships versus just 1. I want JBR _ Socotra. Did we do that? No, because it was Socotra only, so we just used default. It looks stretched because of T90's island, that's all. Normally, like, because of the way this is generated, this is really long. Like, normally you'd have like an island around that sort of shape. I mean, even AR12's is kind of a bit weird. That's because of the map name. Yeah, so it was to put them all in a map pack. Oh, we did have JBR Socotra. Okay, nice. Yeah, it was to put them all into a map pack so that it would be easy to have the maps, because some of them are different. Like Brazil normally had shorefish and booze. Life goal is now complete because we have added in deep fish instead. It is the entire point of boo's existence. I'm glad there wasn't a JBR Socotra because I don't want to be retrospectively disqualified from the only tournament I ever won. Congrats, breakfast. I hope I gave you the champion role in my Discord. What is this version of migration? Krazini, this is default migration. It's just really, really weird map gen. So yeah, nothing I can comment there. You did. I felt very important when I noticed. Oh, good. I'm glad, Breakfast. That's the whole point. It does look odd. Default, but JBR's name made it weird. Yeah, I mean, anything I do instantly becomes weird. Did Kazrini make this map? It's awful. I don't think he did. Boo didn't replace all the shorefish with deep fish. No, innocent. Please keep making maps. Have no wood. Kazini is worse than Twitch. Okay, so AR12 is up to Feudal Age. Way less idle time. Migration is an awkward map if you don't know what you're doing. But T90 looks to be okay. Around about 200 food, so should be in a position to build a blacksmith straight away if he wants to go galleys. He's going to be on 3 docks as to AR12's 2, so actually might be okay. Normally being so much later to Feudal Age is going to put you in a serious disadvantage. I like the scout being on this side. It just gives T90 some map information in case anything comes in, and he's now building houses along the shoreline so that if they patrol in, they start attacking them rather than walking past. So he gets the attack notification, and it just delays things a little bit for AR12. Okay, first galleys are out. T90 has gone for galleys himself. Gets double bit axe first. It's got 16 on wood, so should be alright to drop a blacksmith fairly soon. Although 25 on wood for AR12. He's still got sheep. This is basically Arabia, but with water separating the players. But when I put a few ponds in the forest, people lose their shit. True injustice. Justice for Krazini. And so, like, why not fires? Because there's so much space to move. You're like, galleys are better than fires. The only reason you would go fires is if pathing is going to become a problem, and it's not. So what T90's done here is he's been later up, but he's had the extra villagers working, so he can afford the 3rd dock straight away. So he's got 3 galleys out in defence. Later up by far is kind of irrelevant. You'd want to go galleys on this map anyway. They are better. You can do better damage to eco. You can snipe fishing ships easier. But yeah, so T90 stayed at home with his galleys so that anything coming forward, he would be in a stronger position defensively. I meant to say you want to go demos. Melee pathing sucks even on water. Yes. Fire galleys are melee except when they're not melee. T90 not making use of Byzantine fires. Confirmed. I'm waiting for the tech trees. Yeah. I mean, Byzantines do become a little bit of a weird one here. I think Saracens probably could have been a better pick. He should get. He should be in a little bit of trouble here, losing. He's going to pull away straight away. He realizes instantly. Forging. Oh, for the melee units, I see. Yeah, T90's going to lose those. They should do anyway. So there is 3 docks versus 3 docks. AR12 looking to cut them off. Yeah, T90 will lose all 3 of those. I feel like Berbers might be an underrated migration civ. I think you're right, Breakfast. I think I like the idea of Berbers here. I like Saracens. Datsun, thank you very much for the sub. Welcome, welcome. Just replace Arabia Lantern with Shallows. Yeah, appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. Defender's advantage matters on water at this distance. It is, yeah. You want to do the best you can to try and snipe fish. But other than that, it is just all about galley play. and T90 is already on the way to Castle Age. AR12 a little bit further behind. But T90 down on numbers. Oh, AR12 isn't confident. He doesn't realise. He would absolutely crush if he took this fight. The distance is so far that the faster movement is practically a whole galley's advantage. Could well be. Berbers and Saracens aren't underrated at all. They're amazing migration civs. Berbers for douche into Ville Rush. I think early days of Sicilians, they could have been decent. No fletching, which is why not confident. Yeah, if he takes this fight now, he should be able to clear up. T90 is going to pull the fishing ships away. AR12 just needs to take the fight. Needs to force it. High drill time. Here it comes. Interesting from AR12 to be using box formation here. So, and then as soon as he starts to engage, he changes to line formation. The way that units path, if you click close with them in line formation, they move in like a horizontal line. But if you click further away, they switch to a vertical line. Takes off an isolated galley there. AR12 just needs to pull home. He's going to have the numbers and be in a pretty solid position. 38 versus 34 Vills. He should retain the Vill lead. T90 going for a university, trying to get ballistics as soon as possible. Doesn't have Bodkin just yet. Will need to get that. Hello, Missy. Well, Missy came in and then the door closed behind her, so she can't get back out. Silly dog. There you go. Okay, Bodkin is completing now for T90, and he's going to loop around the other way. This is a nice move, actually. Although, AR12 with a transport ship. He sold his stone. T90's done the same. Needs to be able to afford war galleys. War galleys will be really big when this fight comes. He's well up on numbers. T90 with ballistics coming in, that will help the fight for him as well. Pull the Vills away from the shoreline. You don't want them to get picked off. I like the addition of the dock on the right hand side here as well, because it gives him a chance to just run the fish away from wherever the combat's taking place. But T90 has come right round the other way, and AR12's Navy is going to be out of position. Magda Guy, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome, welcome. But the war galleys are over here. AR12 switching to garrison any new recruits inside the docks, and probably needs to switch across to the other. Does he have loom? Yes, he does. Okay, but yeah, needs to switch across to the other gold. Sneak demos. I mean, like when there's ships around your, that was excellent. But yeah, when there's ships around your docks, well worth doing. This music is rubbish. I'm stopping it. We'll go without. I kind of want DE music, but I have it muted out of screen. Yeah, problem for another day. Careening, that's a huge upgrade and will give him a really big advantage in the fights. He's well ahead on numbers. 33 versus 21. I can't afford to buy 100 stone just yet for another TC. Ballistics completes. Pulls back just a little bit until careening comes in. 27 versus 19. He's got a massive numbers advantage. He just needs to take the fight before reinforcements come in. T90 doesn't have careening. This is a massive tech advantage. I think AR12 is just not confident. He's adding a TC in the center. He's got a strong position here. I'm beginning to think AR12 can't count. Yeah, he's in a super strong position, but he's not taking the engagement, and it's allowing T90 to mass up galleys on either side. Or war galleys. Got a few good hits in there. T90's war galleys with some horrible pathing back there. So now numbers advantage for T90, but reinforcements coming on the left hand side for AR12. AR12 just isn't confident with the numbers. Pathing. And this is really awkward. His galleys are firing on the docks instead. That's actually, I think that's shifted the whole fight. I think he lost about 3 there before he reacted, and it's now put him behind. There's galleys on the other side as well, but not doing anything. They're just attacking the dock. And on the left, AR12 struck down on numbers. Bad mistake from T90 there. Where? That was a great engagement for him. He's now on top on the galley numbers. He was about 10 behind. In his defense, the pathing there, the regrouping, I should say, was an issue. Like, he clearly clicked to go and attack, and they went backwards first. I don't think that's a mistake from T90. I think that's an issue with the current pathing philosophy, for want of a better term. So we now got 22 versus 21, so slight numbers for T90, taking the engagement against small numbers. That was a thanks DE moment. Mike, that is absolutely what that was. Hello JBR, hope all is well. Hello Degorst, welcome, welcome. Nice to see you. Yeah, all is great, thank you. T90 with a bit sort of micro in there just to try and distract War Galley fire. And this engagement should go his way. I wonder what we'll see happen next. AR12 is up to 3 TCs, but can't really produce from them. He's added in a demo. T90 does react very well. Transport there for morale. Yeah, just cheering them on from behind. Needs to pull the fishing ships away. There would be better options than the shorefish that I think they were on there. I think keep the... Oh, T90 did see and kills it. I like this. Pulls the low HP one across the other side. That's actually a really nice touch. Pulls it across to the wood line. It's on no attack stance. Okay, now it's doing it. But yeah, it should be able to get Vil kills and a lot of idle time there. But AR12 is in the centre, so will be in a better position than otherwise. But T90 is imping. This is where Byzantines become really strong on migration, because they can go imp way before you expect it to happen. Nice demo again. AR12's done a good job of adding them in. He's got war galleys in these docks, and he really needs the numbers here. He's got 12 in total versus 22. T90 heading into fast fires when he gets to imp. But AR12 coming with a castle will force T90's middle island position back a little bit. It's important for AR12 to not be too much further behind to imp though, because T90 can just add cannon galleons too easily now. He does see the castle coming up. He did know that they were in the centre anyway. Green is lucky on his island shape. it's more the T90 was unlucky with his island shape. This is kind of normal-ish migration. A shame, as I think lack of confidence has caused a serious throw. I think AR12 was in a really, really solid position. I think he could have taken engagements a few times that, if he'd have known, I'm sure he would have. But judging the galley numbers is really hard. How long till AR12 can actually imp? He's got 6 on food. He's so far away. I've seen it done on migration. Like it was Viper, wasn't it? Like an almost all-in feudal sort of. It's not all-in feudal, all-in Castle Age. It was a weird, weird game to watch. Hey, Bluegill. But yeah, I'm sure I've seen Viper do something crazy, but you know, it's Viper, so of course we've seen him do something crazy. And T90's building a barracks. Should be a range now, if he's getting Bracer. Although Bracer could just be for the war galleys he's still got. And he looks to be going for that pincer movement. Numbers coming in on the left-hand side. AR12 is preparing transport ships. His gold... He's still got a fair bit of gold. I don't quite get the transport ships. It might have been a misclick. T90 getting careening now. Got to attack that. Some good demo shots there. Helps thin the fast fires. But numbers coming in the other side. This, I think, will be over very, very shortly. He'll take complete water control here. AR12 not producing. He's going for lighters. So he's going to rely on controlling the land. He has lost the centre. Oh, AR12 trying to run up with Vils. Sorry, not lost the centre. He's lost the water. He's trying to run the Vils and they get killed. I think his better bet would have been running these onto gold, so it's a safe, or stone, because they're safe resources for him to take. He's got the TC on the main island, and the lightest really needs to snipe this monk. Will T90 react? Oh, AR12, kill it. Okay, yeah. Villagers now going to struggle to stay up here. There's only archers, not even crossbow. They do have... they are archers with bodkin. But what's going to save him? Okay, the archer does die. So, AR12 needs to stay away from the edges. I don't know if King Boo's still around. Boo is my water expert that I would defer to on with almost any questions I have. Would it have been worthwhile AR12 taking like this woodline as his first one? Because it's not dissimilar length from there to there, but AR12 is tapping out. Realistically, yeah, such a strong tech advantage. Hey, King Boo. Would it be worth AR12 taking this woodline at the start, you know, the more exposed one, rather than these two? Or is losing water death on this map? Depends where he docks. He docked this side first. But I guess he could have docked this side if he went here. I assume you want your docks in front of your woodline. Or near your woodline. Okay. So if he docked here, then he could take this woodline, no problem. Okay. Game number 1 goes to T90. Like, there were moments there where AR12 will look back at this timeline and I have some regrets. At this point here, in particular, I think 19 military versus 12, he could have taken some excellent engagements. And then again, at this point, where he's got careening, T90 doesn't, and he has a numbers advantage. Instead, yeah, the numbers switch over. T90 keeps up his production. Yeah, it was also the war galleys firing on the dock. And I think that was basically it. It snowballed from there. if you suddenly have the military positions switch completely, and yeah, T90 never loses the mass again from there. Careening and ballistics are not fighting such a throw. So they both had ballistics, but it was the careening with a 13 military lead. This military timeline is excellent. I like this. Yeah, this point would have been... This would be where he was attacking the docks by mistake. He was killing a few, but he should have absolutely crushed that fight. But yeah, we have... What's that? This field camp. Oh, fishing ships. Sorry, I haven't really used the new Capture Age Pro since... What do I want? That one. Since they've added in all these fun timelines. Got the upgrades, didn't fight, then took foot off production. Yeah, I know. I'm a bad admin for the event. I don't have a command for it. But we will talk a bit more about Land Madness in just a second. Oh, they've got pause, have they? Oh. Okay, T90 just discovering its regicide. Cool. We're good. Oh, Bans Tanaka's coming from Germany, is he? And Zuperman coming from Croatia? N Smith UK, welcome, welcome. Thank you for the follow. So we are into game number 2 now. This is... Ooh, interesting approach. So this is Regicide Pilgrims as part of Sink or Swim. Oh wait, King doesn't show up in the units. There he is. Yeah, so this is Regicide Pilgrims. The players start with 8 villagers on this island. They've got King as well, and they will most likely need to migrate to the mainland at some point. T90 going for Persians, one of the top like nomad start civs, because they can afford so much early on. But being a Regicide start, he's got amazing resources anyway, so nice and comfortable. He then says, serves me right for not practicing the maps. At least he knows. I was told TC should be put on the main island. I believe the TC should be put on the main island. 1v1 commie games, let's go. Absolutely, Wally. So AR12 has gone for Chinese. Not normally a good option on nomad starts. They start with no food. They do get the extra villagers as soon as the TC is completed, but it's really awkward to try and catch up with the food income. So unless you can be guaranteed to be on a food source, it's almost never worth it, because they're also down on wood as well. So, but this isn't a normal nomad start map, it's Regicide, so they start with bonus resources. Everyone does. The penguins are really loud. But yeah, so it means that this T90 scouting with his king. Yes. Yeah, that's a brave move. I wouldn't want to be doing that myself. Could this be over? T90? It's over. Oh, I love it. GG, sorry. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, that's phenomenal. How many common games does T90 cast? Can you check in game? What am I checking? I'm checking their text. Yeah, I'll switch to here and close the Civ draft. Um, so what was said? Tina said GG, AR12 said sorry, 11. So didn't think I'd actually kill it. He said you're good. Well, on we go. Were you up at all? I assume not even close. No, no. You instantly went feudal? Question mark. Uh, okay, we are on the way into game number 2. Where is that? That's what I want. Sorry, game number 3. I forgot. Okay, game number 3. Hopefully, will be a little bit longer. And we have T90 in the blue as Portuguese against AR12 in the green as Saracens. So this is Islands. T90 did already spot earlier on that we are using Hidden Cup 4 as our basis for this, so we still have the remnants of the archery ranges. He didn't know that before loading up the map for the first time. There's no water in Africa, apparently. Except African waters, obviously. But yes, so we have a very standard water sieve for T90. Portuguese, very strong, top 3. He did pick Italians and Portuguese. AR12 banned Vikings. Sorry, having a mind blank there. AR12 going with Saracens, so they have faster firing galleys, which is a nice bonus. I would therefore like to see the dock at the back, so that he can mass numbers a little bit easier. He could do it on this side. Actually, there's some deep fish really close together here. So, where's the shorefish? There. So here would be a really nice dock. If T90 isn't going fast in Vittoria, then he deserves to lose. Normally you'd try and aim for the corner, but actually the one on the side here is kind of just as good, if not better. So we'll see what about when Toto blessed the rains down in Africa. Very valid point. So T90 AR12 pushing in the deer. T90 just taking sheep for the time being. His deer are pushable. And he's going to use the... Is it Vivi approach? Or... No, it's Huang, isn't it? It does the stop micro for the laming. Well, not laming, the stealing the ball. So I once uploaded a build order onto my YouTube channel of Winchester's Island build. And it was one of the best things I've seen. Like it was so clean. It was insane how he was able to have constant galley production and still hit Castle Age at 17 minutes. Just mental. I don't know how good T90's Islands build is. It'll be interesting to see. So he's now going to take the second ball with a villager. But dock is up. First fishing ship on the way. AR12 has gone forward for his. Why is there another Islands map? What is this? I mean, you'd think it's almost a water-based tournament, wouldn't you? AR12 has one deer left to push in. Only taken one ball. Second one's still available. Both on 0 idle time so far. That dock's relatively nice, but it makes having the dock forward like this makes me think that he's going to be going for fire galleys, which I don't like as Saracens. You miss out on their bonus. Watch my migration game versus Meteor. That's a proper 17-minute castle over 3 docks. Front dock moves. Fires are boring. Yeah, if you're going Saracens, I would have thought it's for all of their bonuses. He's also getting loom. I'm going to see a landing. Boo, I know your thoughts on landings. He's not gone to... He's going one lumber camp. He's not gone to gold. This is a landing. Here it comes. Transport ship. Oh boy. So like you don't normally get loom if you're going water because you don't need it. Your villagers stay at home, they'll be nice and safe. Salter, you should definitely go to the land. There's other people coming from America, you have no excuse. This is the Hidden Cup version. You did! T90 spotted earlier. Landing makes a lot of sense with a match against a better player. Better way to make it messy and force some RNG in your favour. Agreed. Like, the way that T90's map set up, it will be very difficult to wall. Hire me and I'm coming. Where's the transport ship? Let's loop round to the right. Oh, if he'd have gone straight across, he'd have run into one of these. Tato always lands versus me. Instead, he's landed on the promontory over here. Going for scouts. Hey, Wacky. Welcome, welcome. T90. Is he going to find it? So he's got his scout moving around. I personally, on islands, like my scout to be one of the extreme points. Like, be here. But as he's building the docks this way, he doesn't need the scout there because he'd see the landing. So I think he needs to be at the end of this. So he sees that the land goes out a bit more. He may not realise quite how far out it goes. He is going fires, which is interesting. Scouts over archers. Yeah, scouts over archers because it means that you don't know how long your food eco is going to last, but it means you don't have to go to gold quite so early. So you go onto gold now and you can afford archers. And here come the first two scouts. T90's reaction is he's getting town watch. Sees the scouts here. He doesn't have loom because this is islands. Walls in the first lumber camp. Needs to wall in the gold. And on the other side, there it goes. He needs to get loom now because he should know that archers are coming. Here comes another scout, so that's 3 scouts, and they're just going to sit here and keep attacking the palisade. Loom is coming in. T90 can just wall that choke by fighting the scouts. No, because he doesn't have. Didn't have loom at the time. He can probably fight scouts now. He's having to make a tower on the wood line. Like, this is awkward. What's he spent 10 stone on? Can't see. Hey, Yeki. Hey, Bloodless. It's islands. It is islands with a landing from AR12. So this is wonderful. Ah, thank you, Squeaker. I hadn't seen them. So he was expecting, when he got across, sees the dock forward and no fire galleys out. He knows the landing's coming. So built the outpost this side and had the scout the other side. So apparently T90 can deal well with landings. He lost 1 vill so far. Kept the idle time down, but the archers are now here on the gold. Should lose a second. Trying to fight this back. Scouts. There is a spearman out, but there's already 1 archer there. This is nice from AR12. This is very all in, it seems. It needs to be. T90 stops fire galley production. He's at the back, just making sure there's no sneak docks around there. And I think AR12 could do this, although running under the TC fire loses both of those archers, and will now kill the scout on this side, and we'll probably get this tower up. Just needs to react, does so. There are more scouts coming. There is a palisade there that's not been hit. Oh, the scout's in. That is... Yikes. Oh, okay, that landing will die now. But the scouts are in on the woodline. They're going to kill so much. Oh, this is lots of damage. I mean, both of them have trying to deal with this. T90 did make a mistake adding scouts instead of archers or skirmishers. Okay. Yeah, I feel skirmishers wouldn't have been a great play against because of the number of scouts that AR12 had out already. But archers definitely, especially as he's already on gold. I think skirmishers again would stretch the food eco too much, which again scouts do. This is 9 Vil losses so far for T90. But the landing should be cleaned up now. What does AR12 do now? He is redocking. Good thing you won't make it out of the group. Okay, so is he going to keep producing? No, stop production. T90 is building a transport ship of his own because he's got some scouts here. I think T90 should ward this up. Like, you know they're there. I don't think you should let that... any possibility of that coming over. Nova, thank you very, very much, my friend. Why has the alert not come through? Is my stream lagging? No? I don't understand where my alerts are. I'll look into that after the game. But Nova, thank you very much for the raid. Welcome, everyone. This is Sink or Swim, so it's a C tier tournament that I'm hosting with an entire focus on water maps. But hopefully enough water maps to make things interesting. Islands was kind of the one that was a bit dull, which we kept in because it's a traditional one. But there are some much more interesting ones involved. So in this set we saw migration, and then regicide pilgrims, and now islands. If you haven't already, there is a clip that's been shared of the end result of the pilgrims game. Do check it out. But we have scouts from T90 into AR12's woodline. Gets 1 Vil, should get a second here. AR12 not micro in the Vils, but does manage to win a couple of the fights over on the left. T90 added a lot of fish over there. There is a demo. Gonna come and get a good... no, not a great shot. Bloodless, yeah, check the clip. That's all I'm saying. Worth watching the VOD back, it's a thriller. It was indeed. Okay, so all the scouts get cleaned up. Okay, now it comes through. Nova, thank you for the host. Welcome, welcome. I don't know, like, it came up telling me that a minute ago. I don't understand. But we have stream elements catching up eventually. Couldn't believe what happened. 97.1% of people were shocked. Would you like me to upload that game to YouTube? But yeah, cheers Nova, I really do appreciate it. So anyway, T90, 40 seconds away from Castle Age. AR12 has clicked up. Does he have a Vil lead? He does have a massive Vil lead, but he has no fishing ships. T90 with 11. A very, very solid fishing eco. But this game is a long way from being over. The Hardcore Massive, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome. The interesting thing is T90 hasn't done anything about the landing. Ah, AR12, no! He's called it, which is a real shame because he's got this here. He can a few knights and he does massive damage. Oh, I'm really disappointed. I think he doesn't realize how much damage he's done. That landing ended up killing 9 villagers. That was massive. On that wood line, he killed so much. Can we go back and watch game 2? Yes. Okay, let me just go through stats. But yeah, no, that's a shame. Like AR12 recognizing his position, and it's going to be an uphill struggle from here. The score looks like a massive difference. I think when AR12 gets up himself, it will be a bit closer. But I'd just like to have seen what he could have done with a couple of knights. Anyway, he will go on to fight another game. This is the group stage, so they have 3 sets of play all 3 in this bracket. There is a $100 prize for $100 prize pool, $75 for first place, $25 for second place in the division as a whole. There's been a few high level players sign up. I think we've got 8 people above 2K in this division, which I was very, very pleased with. GG indeed. Yeah, Eco way ahead for, yeah, 900 extra resources. But I would have loved to have seen AR12 play on a little bit more and go for a few knights there. It's 10 over 2K. Thank you, Boo. I appreciate that.